In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 college football games happening on September 15, 2022, and providing you with team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Florida State versus Louisville. The Louisville Cardinals will host the Florida State Seminoles on Friday night in an Atlantic Coast Conference matchup. The Noles found themselves a minus 2.5 points favorite as on Wednesday afternoon, with the total sitting at 56.5. Last season, the Cardinals went to Tallahassee and beat Florida State 31-23 straight up as a 9.5 points dog. Head-to-head, Louisville has covered the spread in 5 of the last 6 meetings dating back to 2016. The Florida State Seminoles have lost 3 of their last 5 road games. Jordan Travis is completing 64.6% of his passes for 467 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Johnny Wilson and Ontario Wilson have combined for 213 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns, while Micah Pittman has 7 receptions. The Florida State Seminoles ground game is averaging 269 yards per contest, and Treshaun Ward leads the way with 176 yards and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, Florida State is allowing 15 points and 256 yards per game. Tatum Bethune leads the Florida State Seminoles with 11 tackles. Jared Verse has 3 sacks, and Jamie Robinson has 2 pass deflections. The Louisville Cardinals have won 4 of their last 7 home games. Malik Cunningham is completing 58.8% of his passes for 353 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Tyler Hudson and Omri Huggins-Bruce have combined for 268 receiving yards on 15 catches, while Marshawn Ford has 5 receptions. The Louisville Cardinals ground game is averaging 181.5 yards per contest, and Tion Evans leads the way with 164 yards and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, Louisville is allowing 22 points and 394 yards per game. Kendrick Duncan leads the Louisville Cardinals with 17 tackles. Ashton Gillott has 2 sacks, and Jarvis Brownlee has 1 interception. The Seminoles are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 road games and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. The Cardinals are 12-28-1 against the spread versus a team with a winning record, and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games on field turf. The under is 6-0 in Seminoles' last 6 games overall. The over is 11-5 in Cardinals' last 16 home games. The Seminoles are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 meetings. The home team is 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 meetings. Florida State is off to a very strong start, as the Seminoles are allowing an average of only 15 points per game and are scoring an average of 35 points per game. Florida State has the 6th best running attack in college football, averaging 269 yards per game. Florida State has covered the spread in 4 of the last 5 overall, and the Seminoles show consistency, covering the spread in 5 of the last 6 following a win straight up. Florida State's strength on the ground will give the Louisville defense fits, as the Cardinals are allowing an average of 207.5 yards rushing per game, while opponents average 5.3 yards per carry. The Louisville Cardinals will be up for this game after they just beat UCF, and this will be their first home game. Night contest. Louisville is sure to be juiced up. However, the Florida State Seminoles have had pretty much 2 weeks to prepare for this contest, and it's fair to say they're the more talented team in terms of depth and the type of athletes across the board. It's hard to go against the Cardinals at home, but from what I have seen so far, the Cardinals are also a hard team to trust. Florida State does have more talent, has had more time to prepare, and I believe will be ready for the environment coming off the victory against LSU. With extra time to prepare and Travis off to a solid start at quarterback, this is a game the Seminoles should take care of. So the Florida State Seminoles to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Florida State is scoring an average of 35 points per game, but the Cardinals are allowing an average of only 15 points per game. The total has finished under in each of Florida State's last 6 games and in 6 of the last 7 that the Seminoles have played on the road. Louisville scored only 7 points in its season opener and is scoring an average of only 13 points per game after scoring 20 this past weekend. The total has finished under in 5 of the last 7 games that Louisville has played in the Atlantic Coast Conference. The Cardinals have only managed 27 total points through their first 2 games, and this Florida State team presents some challenges for them. On the other side, you can throw out the Duquesne game, and the Noles have only scored more than 26 points in one of their last 6 games dating back to last season. This total opened up at 50, but now this total is too high after going up so much. Florida State has also played to the under in 6 straight games, while the Cardinals have played to the under in 5 of their last 7 conference games. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Air Force versus Wyoming. There's a Mountain West matchup on Friday night from Laramie between Wyoming and Air Force. Wyoming has played 3 games already and is 2-1 straight up and 1-2 against the spread. The Falcons are 2-0 straight up and 2-0 against the spread after crushing Colorado last week 41-0 as a 17 points home favorite. Last year, Air Force beat the Cowboys 24-10 as a 5.5 points home favorite. Air Force began their 2022 campaign with a matchup versus Northern Iowa. The Falcons didn't have a lot of trouble in that one, emerging with a 48-17 blowout win. Quarterback Hosig Daniels managed 109 pass yards and a score along with 107 rush yards and another touchdown from 12 carries. In Game 2 versus Colorado, Air Force outscored the Buffaloes 21-0 in the second half on the way to a 41-10 win. Daniels rushed for 29 yards and a score, and Brad Roberts posted 24 carries for 174 yards and 3 touchdowns to anchor the offense. Over on the Wyoming side, they opened up the year with a rough blowout loss 38-6 on the road versus Illinois. The Cowboys were able to right the ship in Game 2, however, eking out an overtime win 40-37 over Tulsa on September 3rd. This past weekend versus Northern Colorado, the Cowboys scored in every quarter on the way to a 33-10 victory. Andrew Peasley had 144 yards on 19 of 30 passing, but Titus Swin did most of the heavy lifting with 76 rush yards and 3 scores on 15 carries. The Falcons are 6-0 against the spread in the last 6 overall and 4-0 against the spread in the last 4 after an against the spread win. Air Force is 4-0 against the spread in the last 4 Friday games. Meanwhile, the Cowboys are 6-0 against the spread in the last 6 Friday games and 9-19-1 against the spread in their last 29 in September. Wyoming is 6-2-1 against the spread versus a team with a winning record. The Falcons were great on both sides of the ball against Colorado, and they stuck to their run-first offense with 435 yards on the ground. Air Force averaged 5.9 yards per play and had 25 first downs. The 3 fumbles were certainly a blemish, but the Air Force defense made up for it with a stout showing and 3 turnovers of their own. As for Wyoming, it took them a while to get going on offense, but they eventually put away Northern Colorado. The only advantage Wyoming has is that they've played more games, but is that really an advantage? Air Force will try and make a statement in this conference game and will continue to creep up in the top 25. I simply don't think the Cowboys will be able to overcome the Falcons' defense or even get on the field very often. So the Air Force Falcons to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This is a low total considering the fact that Air Force has averaged 44 points in their first 2 games. They've also gone over in 6 straight games going back to last season. Wyoming has a very inexperienced defense and it has not looked good in their FBS games, having allowed 78 points against Tulsa and Illinois. They've also gone over in 5 straight games against FBS opponents. If Air Force plays a cleaner game offensively, they should be able to get past the total by themselves. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.